How big is that? How much coffee fits in there? Today I want to give you just a little nugget of information. Coffee scoop. This is my fancy bag clip scoop. Coffee scoops are not always standardized sizes, but they should be, in my opinion. The rule of thumb coffee grind to water ratio is roughly 10 grams of ground coffee for every 6 fluid ounces of water. That is basically 10 grams to 180 grams of water. Now, this is billed as, I bought this as a coffee scoop that is the appropriate size. So let's find out how much coffee grind it actually holds. Let's start by weighing the coffee scoop all by itself. Putting that on the scale by itself, we see that it is 52 grams all by itself. Now, if we fill it up all the way up to the brim, let's not do heaping, let's just do an accurate measurement. That is pretty level. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. Now we'll put this on the scale and we'll take measurement there. That would be 61 grams. Subtracting out the spoon, we're left with 8 grams of coffee grind fit in this coffee scooper. Now, if you want to follow the rule of thumb of making the best coffee possible, this scoop is not going to be enough grind to make a 6-ounce cup of coffee. If this scooper was actually correctly sized, it would hold 2 grams more of coffee, and you can see it's still like humped over a little bit. It's not perfectly level. So this scooper is not quite big enough. I think you're going to have a hard time finding a scooper that is the exact size of holding 10 grams of ground coffee. So keep that in mind as you're shopping around. Keep that in mind as you're using your own scooper. If you don't have a kitchen scale, they don't cost very much. I bought this one online for about 10 bucks, and I'm pretty sure any local big box store sells these, probably in that $10 to $20 range as well. One other thing I should point out, this coffee grind, you don't really think about moisture content in coffee beans or dry coffee grind, but there is moisture content in your coffee beans, whether they are whole bean or ground coffee. The longer your coffee sits, it gets, it oxidizes and it gets stale, but it also loses moisture content. Different coffee beans are actually going to have slightly different moisture contents, and the ones that have a higher content of moisture are going to weigh slightly more. So this grind that I'm using is freshly ground, but the beans themselves were roasted a while back. This coffee grind might weigh less than something that I would pick up from the roastery that they roasted up within the past few days. Just another variable that's almost impossible to account for in all situations. So long as your coffee scoop is pretty close to 10 grams each, then you can follow that golden ratio of coffee brewing pretty closely. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe, please click the like button, and we'll catch you on the next video.